Hey, everyone, as you hop on tonight, say hey and let us know where you're watching from. Inspired Designs by Holly, and I'm Holly. And I was just trying to see, the other night, I was trying to see if I could see the live. And that's what I'm trying to see if it's coming in now so I can see it. So as you hop on, go ahead and let us know that you're watching. I've got some picture frame, little metal with the picture frame with the clip and a large board. We're gonna make a sign that we can use for anything. You can put notes on it, you can use it for the holidays. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna use it for Valentine's Day. And then as the months go on, we'll change it up. So this is something that can be added on to. I was looking to see if I see the live, and it doesn't look like I am. Let's see if I go. I'm just trying to see if I went over to, I'm not seeing it on the business page. Let's see if I says switch. Let's see if I switch over. If not, we'll just keep on going. I'm trying to work this thing out. It looked like it was working earlier because I made the comment that I was going live at 5 and I saw that. But I don't see the live now. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm not sure why I can't see the live. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're taking these cute little frames. They're got a little leaner on the back. So the first thing we're going to do is we're gonna take these off. We're not gonna need these little props on the back of them. So we're gonna take those off. And I took it off one just to make sure that I could get it off good. So all I'm gonna do is just lay it down flat. And you can't lay it so flat because it's got the little thing. And I just bent it back like this and it popped off. So then I just took, because I need it flat to go on the board. So, whoop, I'm going to lose those. Then I just took a pair of pliers and grabbed hold to the back of the frame and just kind of pull that metal. And it did pop the little thing out, but we're not going to see none of that. So, got that one off. Not going to need those, so we're just going to trash them. Looking to see if I'm seeing the live on. I got my computer over here. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm going to see the comments, but I do see the live come up. So I know I am live. That was one thing I was worried about, if I was actually going live or what. Okay, here's the next one. It says I have a low connection, so I'm not sure why. I'm just going to pop it off. Oh, that one popped right off. The whole piece. I didn't have to use the pliers. So, I'm not crazy about the color of this, so I'm going to take some Waverly Antique. And it says an antique. It's a water base. And a baby wipe. And I have a little bit in the jar lid. That's what we're going to use. And if you get it on your hands, it comes right off. I'm just going to stick this. I'm just trying to get me a kind of a little. I'm just going to stick this in and I'm going to rub. I want that little bit darker. And you can rub it until you get it as dark as you want. And I'm not worried about the edges because the edges are black. But I did want that frame a little bit darker. So that's what I'm doing. I guess I need to turn this. See if I can turn this just a little bit more so y'all can see it. And I'm just dabbing it in the top of the jar lid. And And we're just gonna give it a little bit of coat there, just to give it a little bit darker. And it's a metal background, so I'm not gonna do anything with that. And I'm just, oh yeah, I like the look of this. I might have to get a brush and dab a little bit on it. It's got a couple of places on it, and it might be where they had some glue or something on it, and it's not wanting to stick. Yeah, that's what it was. It looks like some glue. It might have been on it and just needed a little bit heavier on there in these corners, like maybe where they were put together. I'm gonna get it a little bit darker. I'm just gonna use it with the paintbrush to do it, and then we'll take the baby wipe and wipe the excess off. Because I really wanted the darker. And that's your preference. If you decide to make this, all these items come from Dollar Tree. So if you decide to make it, you can stain it, you can leave it natural. Okay, then I'm just gonna take my baby wipe and wipe. And all that does is wipes a little bit of that off. This one versus the light. See, that's your preference. I like the darker. Some people like the nut. This, you could stain it with gray. You could stain it with just about any color. I like this because I'm gonna use it on a board, a long board that's white. Well, it's made to look like shiplap. Okay, so there's one of them. We've got to stain all three of them. So I'm gonna do the second one. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on with the paintbrush, make it a little bit quicker, and then we'll wipe it off with the wipe. I mean, here in the background, I got a fire alarm going off. We have a big siren in our town. We have a big siren, and it goes off when there's a fire. And I was gonna say, it's not Tuesday night. They have meetings on Tuesday night, so it goes off then, but it's not Tuesday night, so it must be, unless somebody accidentally set it off, which has happened. Okay, I about got the second one. Okay, got the second one. I'm gonna go ahead and put this, I got the paintbrush in my hand. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the second one. It's not gonna hurt for it to sit for a second before I wipe it off. There's a piece of glue or something. There you go. Glue string or something on it. So as you're hopping on, go ahead and say hey and let me know where you're watching from. The new spring release came out in Chalk Couture today. I've done a couple of the pieces. I did yesterday. I did the t-shirt, which is hanging back there behind me. I did a t-shirt with one of the new pieces, the new transfers. They can be done with ink or chalk. They had some really cute little bunnies. If you placed the minimum order of 85, you got the bunnies for free. You get the transfer. They're a wood cutout. And that's the only way you can get the transfer for that one. Okay, last piece right here. And then I'll take the other one. I did the first one, and we'll wipe that one off. And I'm just gonna take the baby wipe and just wiping the excess off, and that gives it that beautiful stained frame. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna lay these aside. And I'm gonna move this board. This is the board we're gonna put it on and we're finished. We're gonna lay these aside so they can dry, and because we've got some other things to do, and they can dry, and then we'll come back to them. Let me lay my brush over here to the side so I don't get it totally all over my hands. And it is, it's water-based, so a baby wipe takes that stain right off your fingers. You know, you can wear gloves if you want to. I never do. I'm a messy crafter. So I was just getting it off my fingers. Okay. So I said we could make it for Valentine's Day. We could make it for St. Patrick's Day. We could make it for just about any holiday. And using those little clips, and I collected some little hearts. We're gonna use a couple little hearts. I have that one, and then I have the one that has a love cut out. And then you could up it later and do, which we'll do later on. In March, we will do up it and do the shamrocks. I know I got another one somewhere, but we'll up it and do the shamrocks. There it is. We can up it and do bunnies and carrots. Bunnies and carrots. So today we're going to do the hearts. And first one, we're gonna paint this one. This one we're gonna paint, and then the other ones we are going to. And I know I laid paintbrushes over here, but I got a whole thing of them. That was the reason I tried to fix this little cart I got over here beside me now, is so I could reach everything and not have to go looking for everything. Let me move my sleeves up so I don't get those in there. Okay, I'm just shaking this up because it looked like it had settled. And this is kind of I don't think it's shook up really good. Let me shake it again. Because it looks like doesn't look as dark. It should look like it was on the top of this thing. Okay. Oh yeah. This is a pretty pink. And you could do these hearts. It still just got the spots in it that look. So I'm just going to give this a good coat of paint. And then we'll let this dry. I am going to hit the edges. I'm not worried about the back because the back is not really going to show. And this is a craft that, like I said, it can be used. Change the thing up if you wanted to use it to put your children's pictures or your grandkids' pictures in it. You could do that, or you could use it to hang notes on. I just thought it was so cute using it and changing it up every month for the season. And I'm going to show you how to do the bow and all, so it can be changed up. So I'm just going to lay it down. We're going to hit the top of it. I don't think it's going to take but one coat because this paint is fairly thick. It is fairly thick. Okay, these two, I'm just going to hit the edges. Main thing is I don't want the little white raw edge to show when we're finished, and I'll show you what we're going to do with those. Like I said, I'm not worried about getting it on it. I just want to get the edges pink so the raw edges don't show. Do you decorate for Valentine's Day? What seasons do you decorate for? Do you just do, a lot of people just do Christmas and the big holidays. I do change my tier trays up and stuff for just about every holiday. And well, of course, I do a lot of decorating for the different holidays. You can see some of it behind me in my shop. I'm actually in the shop doing the live. Okay, I've got the edges done, and we'll let those dry. They won't take but a minute to dry. Okay, like I said, I'm not worried about going there because you're not going to see that. Let me make sure that this heart looks like it's got full coverage on it. I do want to hit those little edges in there because they are gonna show inside that. I didn't realize when you laid it down you'd be able to see them, yeah, but you can. I just want to hit the inside of those. Let me turn it up and we'll hit the top part of it, because you will see it. Like I said, I'm not worried about the back because you're not going to see it once it's on the board. Now, check out my webpage. I will put it in the comments, and let me know what transfer, the new transfers for Chocolate Tour, which ones you want to see, or if you want me to show you how to make a bow, or I'm going to show you how to make I call it a rag bow. That's one of my lives coming up is to show you how to make a rag bow. And you can just use scrap pieces of material in the colors that you want. So let's let that dry for a second. Okay. Get this pink off because I got some paper. I don't want to get it on my paper. But like I said, this is all water-based paint, so it wipes right off. And let's dry these real quick until we can go ahead and continue on, because we're gonna Mod Podge some paper on trying to see what I can unplug. I didn't realize my bar over here is and I put it up on the table so I wouldn't have to go under the table to do it. What's covered up. We're just gonna give this a quick dry, just so I don't get it on my paper. Do I have another? I do have another heart. I can go ahead and I'll do this, and I'll go ahead and I'll trace this other heart on it. It doesn't have the paste on it, and give us a minute to dry. I have paper down on my table, so. Okay, so we're just going to lay these aside up to the top. Okay. And I've got some pretty little pink paper. And I am going to lay this piece of wax paper that I'm going to use for the Mod Podge. And we're going to trace around this other heart right here, and we're going to cut out 2 of them to go on our, let's see how that design is going. I want to make sure, I'm going to do it on the front side because I want to get that design right in that bottom peak of that heart. And this way I can see where my design is hidden. Okay, so I want to try to get the next one in the next peak. That way we get some of the design, get some of the whole pieces of the design on there. Okay, so we're just going to cut these out. And I'm going to and we're going to decoupage these onto those hearts. Give it a little more detail. I'm thinking that paint is pretty close. It's a little bit. And like I said, you can use any colors you want. You wouldn't have to use the paper. You could use you could paint it all. You could do a transfer on them. Okay, let's cut the other one out. It's like paying paper dolls. Anybody play paper dolls when you were a kid and cut out have to cut out all the little clothes to go on the paper dolls? Or am I that old nobody remembers what they are? So if you're just hopping on or you're watching, let me know that you're watching. Okay, I got those cut out. Okay, we're gonna bring back over our 2 hearts that I painted the sides on. And we're gonna put some Mod Podge on them. Mod Podge these hearts on. And I'm just going to give it a generous coat of Mod Podge so it'll stick. Make sure it's going to stick everywhere. And that paint must have been just a little bit damp because it is smearing, but it's not going. You're not going to see it. Once the hearts are on there, you're not going to see the tops of them. So I'm just giving it a generous coat. And there's lots of ways to do the Mod Podge. Some people put it on wet and edge your paper on while the stuff is wet. Some people do it dry and do the iron method. It's all in your preference. I like the iron method where the Mod Podge is actually dry. That's the method I like. So we're going to dry this Mod Podge right here real quick. Tell me if you've ever done Mod Podge and which method you use. Do you use the dry method or if you put your transfer or what? I mean your paper or whatever you're going to do on wet? I do the iron on. I have better luck with the iron on where it doesn't get wrinkled or bubbles underneath it. I find that I don't get the bubbles. Let me go ahead and plug my little iron. I have a little mini iron. This is what I use to do little small stuff on Mod Podge, or if I'm doing a setting a transfer that's just something a little small, I will use this instead of my big heat press. Because you don't have to have a heat press to use Mod Podge or to do the transfers. You don't have to have. Okay, so that should be heating up there. Let's finish drying these real quick. They're almost dry. Finish drying these up. Like I said, it's all preference and which way, which methods you want to use. I'm just seeing if they're dry. I have better luck with this one than I do with trying to do getting it on there and get the wrinkles out of it and getting it dry. So they feel like they're dry. Okay. Let's set that over in there. So then we're going to take our little hearts and we're going to place them down on our. And hopefully this cutout, yep, it's the same. I said, hopefully this cutout's the same as the one I just did. And you just lay them on there. Okay, they do match up. So I'm just going to lay it on here. See if my iron's gotten hot. Yes. And I'm going to lay it on there. And then I'm just going to lay it, I'm just going to tear this and have it so big. I don't need but a little bitty piece. And this is just wax, not wax paper. This is parchment paper. So I'm going to lay it on here. Get it nice in the right exactly where I want it. I'm gonna lay the parchment paper on top of it, and then I'm gonna iron it. Just like you're gonna iron your clothes. Your iron needs to be really, really hot. No, no steam or no water in your iron. Okay. It is stuck. Let's do the other one. Make sure I got it in. It's in the right. Because I cut it exactly right, so it's got to go on there exactly right, or we're going to have edges showing. I got to get this up just a teensy bit. We're going to put our piece of paper back over top of it, and we're going to iron it. And if you miss a place, you can always, if it peels up, you can always go back and put a little more Mod Podge under it and heat set it again. Okay. I think that's heat set. And then if you have any little excess paper, you can see there's a little bit of excess paper like that. You can use a little sander. All this is I'm doing it downwards, and it takes off that excess. Ooh, this little heart's hot. And it just takes off that excess paper. Don't go up with it. Make sure you're going down with it. And it takes all that little excess off. I'm just going around the edge now and getting where the papers went down on the edge. Okay. I'm just making sure. And you see where it's got the little edge. That's just getting it off where it's even with the wood. And all these little hearts come from, they all come from Dollar Tree. Okay. Look at there. This one's got a couple little places. We'll hit that little. I'm just looking at the back of it to see where it really needs to be hit. Okay. Got my trash can right here. Okay. Our two little hearts are done. Our other little heart. And this one I am going to take, just so you can see the word love better, I'm going to take a piece of paper and I'm going to make sure I get it up far enough to cut it, to cover it. Okay. Let's see how far I need to come up. I just want to make sure I get it where it's covered, and so you can really read the word. Okay. I just need to make sure that I got it that far. Okay. Let's see if this is covering it. Yep, I just need to cut this little corner off right here. Snip that little corner off. And that makes it where that word, you can read it better. Okay. And I have my hot glue gun here. I'm gonna put a little bit of glue. I'm just gonna hit it really light, just so that the word will stay on there. I just want it, okay. I think this is the direction, maybe not. I was thinking that was the direction I had done it, but we can just cut that little corner right there. Okay, and that's glued behind it so you can read it. Okay, let's put it all together. Let's put it all together. I have a transfer, and I'm wondering, I think I'm gonna put this on it on one of these hearts. I'm gonna do it where it says February the 14th. We're gonna use this and say February the 14th. Well, I'd say that, but it does. Oh yeah, I did. It's in my bucket over here. I say I thought I got all my supplies together. Hey Rebecca, thanks for joining me. We're making a little versatile sign that can be used for just about any holiday. We're doing it today for Valentine's Day, but it can be used for thing is none of it, the hearts will not be glued on it. They'll be, I'm trying to get that open so I can put a little bit of wax on this paper. I'm going to put a little wax on this paper just so that that transfer doesn't stick to it. And then I'm going to take the transfer, and they're really, really sticky. Because I mean, it will hold up the cloth. They are really, really sticky. So I'm gonna put this on. I think I've measured it earlier that it would go on there. Yep. And we're gonna do it in white. We're gonna do it in some white paste. I didn't realize this was a new one, but that's okay. And I need a little small squeegee here. We're just going to use a little bit of paste, and we're going to do it we're going to put it on there just like we did on the shirt that we made yesterday. If you didn't see my live from yesterday, go back and watch it so you can see the t-shirt we made yesterday using the navy t-shirt and the white ink. Got a little bit too much. Okay. Just about got this. Okay, let me go back and get the excess paste off. Okay. I'm putting the excess back in the jar. And we are going to peel and reveal. Oop, I missed a spot. I missed that very bottom corner. That's one reason when you peel it up, you want to do it really, really slow. So, if you miss somewhere, you can lay it right back down. It looks like that bottom corner where it's going off the... I'm still not getting it. Okay, I still didn't get it, but we can fix that. So we'll go put this back on our backer sheet and we'll take it and wash it in a few minutes. But look at this, February the 14th. You chalk right over that paper. Okay, so let's put this whole thing together now. So if you missed the first part, let me get some of this stuff out of my way here so I can, these are my brushes I used earlier. Okay, so I get my board back up here. We're gonna put it all together now. I'm gonna lay these over to the side, let that dry. And we're gonna go ahead and put these on. So I'm gonna lay them down where I think they're gonna need to go. I'm trying to make sure I got each one of them. I'm putting 3 of them on here. I'm leaving a little bit of space at the top. And the reason I'm leaving a little bit of space, I'm gonna show you how to do a bow that you can change out for whatever season. If you wanna put a permanent bow on it, you can do that, or you can do, I think I got them kind of evenly spaced. So we're gonna take a little bit of like E6000, and I'm gonna put just a little bit of that on the back. And this will give it the permanent hold. And I'm just gonna put a little bit in here. And then we're gonna use our hot glue to give it the hold we need right now. When the E6000 dries, it will give it the permanent hold. So I'm trying to make sure I got this back in the center. Looks like the center there. And we're just gonna do the same thing with the next one. And these were regular picture frames, and I took the little pieces where you set them up. I took all that off. Like I said, this is just going to hold it in place. I need another glue stick. This is just going to hold it until the E6000 has a chance to dry, because that'll dry overnight. And this just keeps it from sliding all over the place until that holds. Okay, got a little bit of glue across the bottom right there. Get that off. Okay, let's get this next one in here. And I'm gonna move it over just a teeny bit. There you go. Let's do the third one. I'm gonna put some hot glue. Okay, let's put the third one down. I gotta go up just a little bit. Gotta leave. I didn't measure. I guess I got a finger between them. That's the main thing. Is just got them where they're. Okay, so there's our board. And what we can do on these are little bitty clips. And I'm going to take this one and lay it in there. I'm going to take this one and put it in there. These hearts are just a little bit bigger. Some of the other items fit in a little bit tighter in there. But there it is for Valentine's Day. And let me make the bow and go on it, and then I'll show you the other options you can change it out. So I got some pink ribbon. It's kind of the dusty pink, kind of like that. We're just going to make a little small bow to go at the top. Bows are optional. You can always put a jute bow or something like that. Make you a bow out of the jute string. I'm just trying to pull me out a little piece so I can tie this bow up. Oh, I know I just had my scissors a minute ago. Okay. This is already cut at the end at a weird angle. So I'm just going to make a little small bow. And you can make the awareness bow. I'm going to make one that with actually like 4 loops on it. And I'm just taking it and scrunching it in the middle. This ribbon, you got to twist it because it is one-sided. It's clear, but the sparklies are on the outside. So I put it there. I'm going to give it another twist and give it another loop, another twist, one more loop. I'm going to cut it off because I'm going to have my tail end pieces. We're going to take our piece of jute that we just cut off. You can use a zip tie or you can use the jute. And what I do is I hold it and I get my tails going the right way. So this should be the front of the boat right here. The tails are going, make sure my tails are going down. Okay. Then I'm just going to take it and tie it off. You know how hard this is to tie like this? Y'all, I always want to take it, I got this string so long to get it tied. Okay. I'm just going to tie a knot in it. We're going to cut our extra pieces off. Okay. We got our bow. We're going to fluff it up here. I'm going to cut my tail pieces off the same. I'm going to give them the dovetail on the end. I gave them a little dovetail. Okay. Now, to make your bow so that you can take it off for each season, I'm going to use some magnets. I have these really strong magnets. They actually have sticky on them, but to make them permanent, I'm just going to add just a spot of hot glue on the back of it and stick it on there. I'm going to stick another one. I just need to make sure okay. I had to make sure that I do it. And then I'm going to take another one and put it on the back of my bow. Oh, I got to get my tail piece down. Right. I'm going to put it on, I'm going to hot glue it to the back of my bow. So I take those 2 magnets and put them together. I can take that bow off and change it out for the seasons. Don't want to stick. And I just checked it. There it goes. Okay. Fluff this bow out a little bit here, a little bit. Can't find my other tail. Oh, there it is. Other little tail of my bow. Look at this. And that bow is on there with a magnet. That bow is on there with a magnet. We can take that bow off. We can change it out for the seasons. Just put the next bow, put a magnet on it, make sure it sticks. Or put a piece of metal on the back of it. That'll work too. A little piece of metal or something, just something that'll hold it to your board. There we go. We did paint, Mod Podge. We stained this. We made our bow with a magnet. And I showed earlier, we're going to trade it out for shamrocks. I got 3 little shamrocks here. Each month we will be switching it out. We'll do a switch out. We'll do the switching out and we'll do a new bow because I got some shamrock, really pretty shamrock ribbon. We're going to paint these green. I got some green paper we can put on one. We can change it out for Easter with your bunnies and your carrots. We can switch it out. You can use this to put notes in. You could take and put your grandkids' pictures in here. You wouldn't have to use the cutouts, but all these cutouts come in a package. I think it's like 8 or 10 of them at Dollar Tree. So they're easy to switch out. You just paint them up the colors you want them. You don't have to use the same colors that I'm using. And then we'll switch it out each month because I've got, let's see, this is January, February. This is February, March, April, May. I got some flowers. June, I got some stars. July, we can use stars. August, we can use some flowers or some rain boots that I have. October, we can use pumpkins and witch hats. November, I got some turkeys. In the fall, I've even got some squirrels. What else? Christmas trees and Christmas balls. So we're going to switch it out each month. I'm going to hang it. We'll switch it out and make new bow. Make a new bow and you don't have to. I'll also show how to do a bow if you want to put it on there permanent with some jute string or something. Think this turned out so cute. Please follow me on my page, Inspired Designs by Holly. Please sprinkle the love, which means share. Facebook doesn't like that word, so we say sprinkle out the love or just sprinkle it. And that way more people can see it. More people see my lives and join us to watch the lives. Thank everybody for joining me tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow night.